In a world where survival is a curse and dreams are paid in blood? The story begins in a dark, damp room where a boy dreams of bread with jam, a girlfriend, and a normal life. His name is Denji, a teenager buried under his dead father's debt, now working as a devil hunter just to survive. His partner isn't a person, but a tiny orange chainsaw devil named Pochita. Denji lives a miserable life, selling his organs to pay off loans, hunting devils for a few hundred yen, and eating a single slice of bread a day. He has no future, only a fading hope that someday, maybe, something better might come. Denji doesn't fight devils because he's strong. He does it because he has no choice. In his world, devils are born from human fear, and hunting them is the only way to scrape by. With Pochita as his chainsaw weapon, he's barely making it. But even in that pain, there's warmth. The bond between Denji and Pochita is pure, real. They sleep together, dream together, and Denji even says, "If I die, you should live on. Take my body and live your life." But things spiral out of control when the Yakuza, the very people Denji works for, betray him. They lead him into an abandoned warehouse, saying there's a devil to kill. But it's a trap. The Yakuza have made a deal with the zombie devil, trading their souls for power. And Denji? He's nothing but a disposable tool. Surrounded by corpses, Denji and Pochita are hacked to pieces, thrown into a dumpster like trash. Blood everywhere. Silence. The dream of a normal life crushed once again. But something happens. As Denji's blood seeps into Pochita's body, an old promise awakens. The little devil remembers Denji's words, "Take my body and live." Instead, Pochita makes a contract, one that brings Denji back to life. He tells Denji, "I'll become your heart. In return, show me your dreams." And just like that, Denji rises again. But he's no longer human. He's something else, something terrifying. Chainsaws burst from his arms. His head transforms into a roaring blade. The zombie devil's army rushes toward him, hundreds of undead, and Denji, now the Chainsaw Man, rips through them like paper. Blood floods the warehouse, flesh tears, screams echo. The devils try to bite, claw, crush, but Denji only gets faster, wilder, not just against the devils, but against a world that chewed him up and spat him out. He's not fighting for justice, he's fighting for his own damn dream, to live, to eat jam on toast, to sleep in a warm bed. When the massacre ends, Denji collapses. The blades disappear, his body returns to normal, the dust settles. And through the broken doors walks a woman in a red coat, calm, beautiful, and dangerous. Her name is Makima, a public safety devil hunter. She looks at Denji and doesn't seem surprised. Instead, she kneels and offers him two options: be killed by me or become my pet. Denji's barely conscious, but he hears one thing: kindness. She asks if he's hungry. He mumbles, "Will you feed me? Breakfast?" She smiles. Yes. And just like that, his life changes. Denji is no longer a stray dog. He's someone's property now. But for the first time in his life, someone has said yes to his dream. And that's where the story truly begins. The episode begins in silence, with Denji opening his eyes inside the back seat of a car. His first thought? He smells something. Good. It's not blood or trash or cheap cigarettes. It's a warm coat, the scent of a woman. Makima, the woman who saved him, sits beside him. She offers him her coat, smiles gently, and asks, "Are you feeling okay?" And Denji, broken and half dead, looks at her like she's a goddess. He's never been treated like a person before, not once. No one's ever asked him what he wants. And when she does, his answer is so small, so human. I want to be hugged. Makima doesn't hesitate. She wraps her arms around him. That single moment, more powerful than any devil's strength, breaks Denji completely. His eyes fill with tears. For the first time, someone touches him without using him. But it's not a fairy tale. Makima isn't just a kind stranger. She tells Denji that he's now her dog. Not her friend, not her partner, her pet. If you disobey, you'll be put down. The warmth fades. There's power in her voice. Denji smiles anyway. A dog with food is still happier than a stray. They stop for breakfast at a roadside stand. Makima orders noodles and eggs for both of them. Denji eats like it's his last meal, and every bite tastes like heaven. He looks at her with shining eyes and asks if there's a type of guy she likes. She answers calmly, "The kind that's useful." That's it. No emotion, just purpose. But Denji's heart races anyway. He's falling for her fast, even if she's just using him. Makima takes him to the Tokyo Public Safety Bureau, a government-run devil hunting organization. Denji is given a uniform, registered as a devil hunter, and warned again, if you step out of line, you die. His first assignment is to partner with someone. That someone is a tall, serious-looking man named Aki Hayakawa. Aki doesn't like Denji. He sees him as a fool who doesn't understand the dangers of devil hunting. As soon as they're out of Makima's sight, Aki pulls Denji into an alley and beats him up. He says people like Denji, who only care about women and food, will get others killed. He tells him to quit now before he dies a dog's death. But Denji doesn't back down. He doesn't fight fair either. He kicks Aki straight in the balls, again and again and again. Aki lies on the ground groaning in pain as Denji lights a cigarette and says, "When you've lived like I have, there's nothing wrong with fighting dirty." And just like that, their rivalry is born. Later, Makima pairs them up permanently. Denji will live in Aki's apartment and work under him. Aki is furious, but Denji doesn't care. He has a bed now, a bath, toothpaste, even toast with jam. This, for Denji, is the dream. He doesn't want to save the world. He just wants to live long enough to enjoy the small things. But then Makima introduces him to someone new. A wild-looking girl with pink hair, red horns, and a manic smile. Her name is Power, and she's not human. She's a fiend, a devil who's taken over a dead human body. Denji's jaw drops, not out of fear, but excitement. Power is loud, aggressive, and completely unpredictable. She calls Denji stupid, threatens to kill devils herself, and can't stand Aki. Denji, on the other hand, is just thinking one thing: she's hot. Makima officially makes them partners, Power and Denji, a team. And just like that, the chaos begins. Denji's dream is simple: touch a girl. He doesn't care about glory, power, or even safety. Just a little human connection. And maybe, with this new job, he's getting closer. But what he doesn't realize is that the world of devils is just starting to open its jaws. The episode begins with Power and Denji's chaotic new partnership. Both are now official devil hunters working under public safety, but calling them a team is generous. Power is loud, aggressive, and unpredictable. She doesn't trust Denji. And Denji? He can barely think straight with her around. Not because of fear, because she's everything his teenage brain desires. But she's also a ticking time bomb. A mission comes in. A devil has been spotted, and Denji and Power are dispatched. It's supposed to be routine. But Power acts before thinking. The moment she smells blood, she goes wild. She leaps into the air, summons a giant blood hammer, and smashes the devil's head into paste. Civilians scream. Denji stares. Power stands victorious, but Makima is furious. Denji is blamed for not controlling her. But how could he? She's more devil than fiend, and she doesn't listen to anyone but herself. Back at HQ, Makima questions Denji. She speaks softly, always smiling, but her words dig deep. "You need to work well with your partners," she says, sipping tea like nothing's wrong. Denji, desperate to please her, agrees. He just wants her approval. He tells her he'll do anything. She leans closer, puts her hand on his tie, and asks, "What kind of relationship do you want with Power?" Denji's heart skips a beat. The only word in his head is touch. Makima reads it on his face. She whispers that sexual desires are normal, as long as he behaves. The manipulation is so smooth, Denji doesn't even notice. Later, Power pulls Denji aside. Her tone is different, softer. She tells him a story about a cat. Not just any cat, Mioi, the one thing she ever loved. She says a devil took Mioi, and she needs help to get him back. And if Denji helps her, she'll let him touch her chest. Denji's brain short-circuits. Everything fades. His mission, his pride, his doubts, all erased. There's only one thing he can hear now: boobs. The next morning, they head out together, Power leading Denji far from the city into the wilderness. It's quiet. Too quiet. Power suddenly stops. She looks at him and says, "You're such an idiot." Before Denji can react, she turns and smashes him in the head with her blood hammer. Denji wakes up to a nightmare. He's been betrayed. Power had made a deal, her cat's life in exchange for Denji's. She drags his unconscious body to a massive, terrifying figure, the Bat Devil. Hideous, with leathery wings, yellow fangs, and a hunger for blood. Power lifts Denji like a trophy and throws him at its feet. "You can eat him," she says coldly. "Now give me my cat." The Bat Devil grabs Denji like a snack, bites into his body, and drinks his blood. His strength returns instantly. He laughs, flexes his wings, roars loud enough to shake the trees. But he breaks his promise. Instead of returning Mioi, he swallows the cat in one gulp. Power watches in horror as the only creature she ever cared about is eaten right in front of her. And then, the Bat Devil swallows her too. But Denji's not dead yet. As the blood pumps through his broken body, his mind ignites with one thought: "I'm not giving up my dream." With a howl of rage, the chainsaw cord on his chest rips. Blades explode from his arms and skull. The forest goes quiet for a second, then screams. Chainsaw Man is born again. Punches at the Bat Devil, roaring through the sky. Blood sprays, wings tear, buildings collapse. The city watches as a devil fights a monster, and both are insane. Denji fights not for justice, or power, or Mioi. He fights for something dumber, simpler, more human: his dream. He doesn't care how many devils he has to rip apart, he'll make it come true. In the chaos, Power, still alive inside the Bat Devil's stomach, realizes something. Denji didn't even know her cat, but he fought anyway. Not because he's a hero, but because he feels something. Because he's not just a selfish pervert, he's human. As the fight reaches its climax, Denji takes a brutal hit, crashes into a building, and stands back up, covered in blood, laughing like a madman. "I just want to touch some boobs," he says. And with that, he revs the chainsaw one last time and dives straight into the Bat Devil's chest. The screen goes red. This was Recap Rush. If you're still breathing, you're not done watching. Tell me and comment which character you like, and stay tuned for next part.